Okay, guys, so today we'll start with the first challenge in the 30 days of code section in Hackerrank. So let's dive right in. Okay, so the problem name is Day Zero Hello World. The author is Alison P. The difficulty level is easy. The maximum score is 30, and as of now, it has been submitted by around 1.1 million people. Now the objective says in this challenge we review some basic concepts that will get you started with this series. You will need to use the same or similar syntax to read input and write output in challenges through HackerRank. Check out the tutorial tab for learning materials and an instructional video. So what is saying is here in the tutorial tab you can go to this tab and learn about the concepts that will be required in the current problem you are solving, but we don't need that right now, so we'll just move on. Task: to complete this challenge you must save a line of input from stdin to a variable print hello world on a single line, and finally print the value of your variable on a second line. You got this. Here is a note: the instructions are Java based, but we support submissions in many popular languages. You can switch languages using the drop down menu above your editor, and the input string variable may be written differently depending on the best practice conventions of your submission language. So you can solve this problem in any language you prefer, but we'll be solving this in C language. Now, the input format and output format. These are probably the most important parts of the problem statement. A single line of text denoting input string, the variable whose contents must be printed. So this is the variable where we will store the input. Okay, its name will be input string. Now, the output format will be print hello world. This will be printed first on the first line and the contents of input string on the second line. So whatever input we will be taking from the user will print it on the second line. The first line will have hello comma world. Okay, so the sample input is welcome to 30 days of code. The sample output will be very easy hello world, and then on the second line welcome to 30 days of code. This will be our input. Here this will be our input, and here this will be our output in the second line. The explanation is pretty simple. On the first line we print the string literal hello world. On the second line we print the contents of the input string variable, which for this sample case happens to be welcome to 30 days of code. If you do not print the variable's contents to stdout, you will not pass the hidden test case. Okay, let's solve the problem. Some lines have already been written for you. Okay, and since I have already previously solved this problem, uh, this line wasn't there in the first part. Okay, so I'll explain that line later. Let's analyze these three lines first. Okay, so this is the header file which we include in C language. If you are familiar with C language, you will know that we include header files to specify the uh, functions that we will be using. Okay, like scanf and printf. Okay, so we start with the main function, and main function integer is the return type. Okay, this main function's return type is integer, and these double slash are used to write comments. Okay, so whenever you are writing a program, it is preferable that you write comments on what you are doing, what you have done, for the future developers to see and understand what you've written. Okay, so declare a variable named input string to hold your input. Very simple. This is a variable, we'll declare it, and we'll be storing our input here. So we are declaring a char type array named input string whose size is 105 boxes. Okay, and we'll end this line with a semicolon. We end every line with a semicolon in C. Okay, now read a full line of input from stdin and save it to our variable input string. Okay, this is a variable and we have to take the input. Now scanf function is used to take input in C language, and this is specifying, this code is specifying that we are taking a whole string of input, and we store this in input string named variable, right? Now we have to print first hello world in the first line, and then we have to print the input string that we took on the second line. Okay, so here you see, after hello world we have written slash n. This specifies that the uh, uh, cursor will move to the second line and it will start printing from there, right? Now this is what we have to do: write a line of code here that prints the contents of input string to std out. So we'll write the code now, and make sure to use small case. Okay, printf, and here we'll be using percent %s, right? So the input that we took was a character string, right? It was a string, so we'll have to use percent %s to specify that what we are printing is a string. Now we'll name that string. Its name was input underscore string, and it will print it for us. We'll end it with a semicolon, and this last statement is basically the return type. We saw the return type of this main function was integer, so it is returning 0, right? So let's run the program. Okay, it tested successfully for the test case 0. Let's submit the code and see for the second case. Okay, okay, so both of the test cases were passed, and we got 30 points. Okay, so we'll meet in the next problem. Till then, take care. Bye bye.